I clearly am a guy who was treated like an ATM by my ex-girlfriend, but somehow made the heiress from a family worth tens of billions personally wash my stinky socks. She even used her precious rare vintage wine as a seasoning for cooking, just because this drunk heiress said, a small house with 30 bottles of wine feels more like home than her famous villa. I really couldn't stand the suffocating pressure at the company anymore. In a fit of rage, I quit my job without a second thought. Under the apartment complex, I opened a small convenience store. But unexpectedly, just a few days after the opening, my girlfriend Guoding demanded to break up with me. She stood in front of the cash register, her face full of disdain, eyeing my shop that's less than 20 square meters. Guoding said coldly, "You opened this shabby little store, what good will it do? Can't you afford a house in the third ring area? Don't you have a 200,000 yuan car?" I opened my mouth to retort, but realized she wasn't wrong at all. Over the past 3 months, I'd been like a lovesick fool clinging to her, only to get in return a single sentence, "Let's break up." That evening after closing the store, I sat in front of the door chugging several cans of beer, and casually sent Guoding a voice message. "Little Ding, have you eaten yet?" But the moment the message went out, the screen showed a glaring red exclamation mark. I stared blankly at my phone. Suddenly, a staggering figure blocked my view. Before I could react, a thoroughly drunk girl plopped down right next to me. Under the streetlight, I could clearly see her face and I froze in shock. Unlike Guoding's ostentatious beauty, this girl exuded a gentle, adorable charm. "Beautiful girl, are you drunk?" I smelled the heavy stench of alcohol on her, even stronger than the one on me. She waved her hand dreamily. "Beautiful what?" In the young lady of the Liu Corporation. I just ran away because I didn't want to go home. With that, she suddenly grabbed my arm. "Be my assistant for a few days. Once I get through this phase, whatever you want, I'll give it to you." I smiled wryly and replied offhandedly, "I want a car, I want a house, can you afford that?" She answered decisively, "No problem at all." I was completely stunned. What I never expected even more was, from that day on, this self-proclaimed heiress boldly moved into my place. The 12-bedroom apartment that was once spacious suddenly felt cramped. This uninvited guest casually took over my master bedroom, forcing me to move into the tiny secondary room. Liu Ryan. This girl was truly a troublemaking machine. At the drop of a hat, shed Yell Fang Yuan. "Don't throw your stinky jacket all over the sofa." She stomped her foot in frustration, her delicate face scrunching up. I reluctantly walked over to pick up the clothes, thinking to myself, this isn't taking in a troubled young lady. It's clearly inviting a family ancestor into the house, though I'd grumble about kicking her out. But the moment I saw her switch to that obedient demeanor, I couldn't bring myself to be harsh. The girl blinked her big round eyes, using a saccharine voice that was overly sweet. "Brother Fang Yuan, am fighting for my freedom here." To be honest, I'd secretly looked up info on the Liu Corporation, but news about this young lady was scarce to the point of pitiful. Seeing her so at ease in my home, even devouring the simple dishes I whipped up, she didn't seem like a pampered heiress at all. "What are we having for lunch today?" Liu Ryan swung her dazzlingly white legs, wearing my oversized hoodie, looking like a kid sneaking into adult clothes. She shoveled rice into her mouth, while mumbling, "Your cooking is so good. Why not come be my family's chef? Monthly salary of 100,000. I shot her a glare, pushing the bowl of rice toward her. "Can't you eat without running your mouth?" It's strange, really. If it were before, seeing a beautiful girl like this parading around in my clothes, I would have lost control long ago. But now, after going through that period of being a pathetic lovesick fool, I felt no stir at all from the scene. Perhaps because of the habit of serving my ex-girlfriend. Now for every demand from Liu Ryan, I unconsciously fulfilled them all. I'd just taken to bites of rice when my phone suddenly buzzed. On the screen, a message that made my heart pound appeared. It was from Guoding Fang Yuan. "Let's meet up. I'm at our old spot waiting for you. I've already bought the movie tickets." I jumped up, my fingers flying across the screen to reply, rushing out without even grabbing a proper jacket. Before leaving, I didn't forget to tell Liu Ryan, just leave the bowls in the sink. You'll wash them when I get back tonight. The girl was hugging her phone, giggling foolishly, not even looking up, just mumbling Anaha. Sitting in the taxi, I was so excited my palms were drenched in sweat. Guoding had finally come to her senses. She must have realized I'm the best guy for her. But thinking back, Shed blocked me for a whole week. Why the sudden change of heart? Was it because she ran into some trouble at the mall? I shakily called Guoding. From the other end came noisy music and her drunken laughter. Fang Yuan, you didn't really come, did you? Haha, we're playing truth or dare here. In the background, someone chimed in, Guoding, you're so mean. The guy's come all this way. Maybe call him in to play with us. Then Guoding's indifferent voice. Why call him? He's just a lapdog who comes when called. I quietly hung up, my fingers trembling as I dragged her number into the blacklist. The early spring evening wind blew across my face, but it wasn't as cold as the chill spreading through my heart. The streetlight stretched my shadow long and thin, just like my pathetic 3 months. How laughable. Grabbing a few cans of beer and some snacks as I pushed open the door, I immediately saw Liu Ryan hugging my precious rare vintage wine, pouring and drinking by herself. On the dining table, the bowls and plates were washed spotless, the kitchen tidy as if measured with a ruler. You didn't call a cleaning service, did you? I couldn't believe it, checking every corner. Liu Ryan puffed her cheeks, swirling the wine glass. Fang Yuan, don't underestimate me. This young lady learns fast in lesson, and I know 10. She tilted her head back and drained the glass. If I personally go into the kitchen to wash dishes, you're the first guy that's happened to. I smiled wryly and sat down. At this moment, no expensive wine could taste as bitter as the sourness in my heart. Liu Ryan suddenly snatched the can of beer I'd just bought, gulping down several big swigs, her cheeks flushing pink. My stepmother, for the sake of her precious son, wants to use me for a marriage alliance with the Liu Corporation. Without me, how could she survive? This was the first time she voluntarily brought up her family. I couldn't help asking, even rich young ladies like you have so many worries. At this point, I didn't care if her status was real or fake. Anyway, anyone willing to drink with me was a good person. Worries there are plenty. She clinked bottles with me enthusiastically. But meeting you is really great. You're honest and reliable. Why do you rush out so fast today? Short on cash, wait till I go home. Yesterday maybe I still needed it, but now it's no big deal. I cut her off. But you can't just stay at my place forever like this. Your family must be worried sick. Liu Ryan suddenly slammed the table and stood up. Let me come work at your convenience store. What the hell, you're joking? She slammed the empty wine bottle down furiously, looking like a cat with its fur all puffed up. Back when I first quit to open the store, I'd naively dreamed of running it together with Guoding. At the time, Shed just lost her job. I excitedly suggested, how about you come help me at the store? The money we make can be our wedding fund. Her reaction was even more explosive than Liu Ryan's now. She turned and stormed off immediately. Even more ironic, that very night, I scrolled and saw her social media status. Sisters, has anyone met a weirdo who makes his girlfriend work the register? Even though she quickly deleted it, I saw it clear as day. Clearly, I wanted her to be the boss lady, but in her mouth it became exploiting labor. The next morning, I rubbed my eyes and stepped out of the room, seeing Liu Ryan already dressed neatly, waiting for me in the living room. Let's go, let this young lady see what your store's like. She yawned widely, looking full of excitement. I hurriedly stopped her. Yesterday was just a joke. You rest at home, that's fine. But she insisted on coming along. After putting on the staff uniform, she even seriously bowed to me. Boss Fang, please guide me well. Sunlight streamed through the glass door onto her. This girl with the radiant smile was like a beam of light, shining into my gloomy life. Young lady, just sit and play on your phone. I busied myself arranging stock, but she stuck to me like a tail never string. Though clumsy, she learned quickly. always flashing a bright smile at every customer. While I turned to shelve items, I suddenly heard someone chatting her up beauty. "Can I get your WeChat?" Turning back, I saw Ryan being harassed by a slick guy, demanding her contact info. This fat powdered face guy looked familiar. He was the notorious playboy around here, every week bringing a different girl to my store 3 or 4 times. The most infuriating part was, every time he'd clean out the sensitive products section near the register, I was about to step up to rescue Ryan. When I heard her smile sweetly, "Sorry, I'm already married to the boss of this store," I nearly tripped, almost falling over my own shoelaces. The guy wouldn't give up, staring at her bare ring finger. He can't even afford a diamond ring. This cheapskated, divorce him and come with me. Then Ryan suddenly rubbed her flat belly, flashing a gentle smile. "But I'm already pregnant. I just want to stay with the father of my baby." My ears burned hot. This girl lied without batting an eye. Heaven and earth as witnesses. I hadn't even touched her finger yet before the playboy left. He shot me a glare full of resentment. His eyes sang, "A catch like this ruined by a pig. Young lady, next time pick a different excuse, okay?" I rubbed my burning ears. People will think I'm a deadbeat guy, letting his pregnant wife go without even a ring. Ryan blinked and asked back, "Then why don't you buy me one?" The words just left her mouth, and we both froze in awkward smiles. Embarrassed, we both turned away, pretending to be busy. Just then, the store door was shoved open hard. Guoding strode in on 10 cm stilettos. She charged in aggressively. Guoding lifted her chin, arrogantly surveying the store. Ryan stepped forward professionally. "Hello, Mom. What can I get for you?" But she only got a sharp glare from Guoding. "I'm looking for the boss. Outsiders stay out." Ryan was pushed toward the door, leaving space for me and this uninvited guest. My throat felt choked with cotton. I opened my mouth, but no words came. Guoding's confident expression made me go cold instantly. "If you have something to say, spit it out." She widened her eyes dramatically. "Fang Yuan, what's with that attitude toward me?" Her red-nailed finger jabbed at my chest. "If you weren't clinging to this rundown store and refusing to get ahead, would I have broken up with you?" So in her eyes, all the fault was mine. I waved tiredly. "You're right, I shouldn't hold you back. Let's go our separate ways." Pretending to be all profound, Guoding suddenly raised her voice, her eyes sharp as knives, gliding over Ryan, arranging shelves. "It's because of that little slut, right?" Ryan, holding a box of paper, suddenly froze, her brows furrowed tight enough to crush a fly. "You dumped him yourself. What's that got to do with me?" Who knew this usually delicate young lady could be so sharp when confronting? A tiny store like this even hires help. Guoding sneered, looking around the shop. Suddenly her face lit up as if realizing something. "Don't tell me you tricked her too, saying the revenue would be your wedding fund or whatever." Guoding, I slammed my hand on the register. "Wasn't humiliating me on social media last time enough?" The glass counter buzzed. She immediately teared up. "It was just a joke. Now you're yelling at me because of her." Her gem-studded finger trembled, pointing at Ryan. "Fang Yuan, you've disappointed me so much." With a bang, Ryan slammed the crate of drinks down. This young lady, who usually needed me to open bottle caps, now stood tall, facing Guoding like a little leopard defending its food. Ryan slapped the pointing finger away, hands on hips, blocking me. Boss Fang took me in because I had nowhere to go. Unlike some who treat others' sincerity like an ATM, she deliberately eyed Guoding's outfit from head to toe. "Sister dressed so flashily. Your family must own a mine or something. Bag for 20,000, mink coat for 10,000. No wonder you can't be bothered with our little business." Those words hit me like a slap to the face. Before, I'd scrimped every penny to buy Guoding a dress for a few thousand. After the breakup, she dressed more expensively than my store's entire revenue. Even funnier, she'd always complain about being poor to me, finding every way to get me to treat her to meals. "You a lowly worker, what do you know?" Guoding screeched shrilly. "Not everyone's as cheap as you. 3,000 salary and you're grateful for life." Her heavily powdered face twisted. I suddenly felt so distant. This was the woman who'd made me suffer heartbreak for a year. Liu Ryan had already rolled up her sleeves. I quickly held her back, turning to say coldly to Guo Ding, if you think a 200,000 car and a third ring house are what you deserve, then from now on pay off your credit card debt yourself. I waved my phone showing the transfer records. Over 100,000 already enough to press charges. Guo Ding's face went pale, her stilettos stumbling back to steps. Fang Yuan yo I dare settle accounts with me. She grabbed her bag and bolted out. Before leaving, hurling viciously, just you wait. In the store, suddenly so quiet I could hear the fridge hum. Liu Ryan quietly looked at me. I hurried to explain, but my tongue suddenly tied. Your taste in women is quite unique. She suddenly chuckled softly, turning to straighten the crooked shelf. Sunlight through the glass cast a golden glow on her hair. I scratched my head, watching the young lady stand up for me, suddenly feeling the sarcasm wasn't so bad. The afternoon sun faded. I watched the clock hand tick to the 4th hour, finally realizing something was wrong. Liu Ryan said she was going to the bathroom, but vanished like shed evaporated. This girl usually even took her phone to do makeup. Now her phone kept ringing nonstop under the register. I locked the store and ran straight to the public restroom, 200 meters away. I ran like I was sprinting the 100-meter dash. Liu Ryan. The empty restroom echoed back only silence. The hairs on my neck stood up. That playboy from this morning. His sleazy smile flashed in my mind. The cigarette smoke in the net cafe stung my eyes. A few blonde-haired guys were yelling at their computers. I grabbed the collar of the familiar-faced one. FIST clenched, growling, "Where do you hide her?" My voice full of murderous intent, scaring the gamers around us. The guy I pinned to the keyboard trembled. "Big bro, spare me. We've been here gaming nonstop since noon." He fumbled, pointing at the corner camera. "Look, we haven't gone anywhere." His buddies noisily defended. "Would we dare touch the boss lady? If we want to hit on someone, we'd pick a college girl. This guy's just all talk." When I let go, the keyboard was soaked in his cold sweat. Their terrified looks didn't seem fake. So where could Liu Ryan have gone? Just as I turned to leave, I heard the net cafe owner mutter, "A girl in a white dress just now hurried toward the old factory." The camera footage scrolled through frames. Nothing unusual at all. I pulled out a few bills and slapped them on the counter. "Find her. This money's yours." The blonde guy's eyes lit up, immediately pulling out his phone to call people big bro. Sister-in-law didn't run off with someone, did she? He offered a cigarette but froze. Seeing my face change, he quickly backpedaled. "Just kidding." "Well, go look right now." When night fully fell, Wed searched 3 nearby streets. The blonde guy squatted by the roadside panting. Or maybe sister-in-law went back to her parents. Those words stabbed my heart like a needle. If Liu Ryan was really dragged home by her family for a marriage alliance. Suddenly the blonde guy muttered, "It couldn't be a jealousy-fueled murder, right? We've seen plenty in our street life. Women get more vicious than knives when jealous." The blood in me froze. Shakily, I called Guo Ding. 3 calls in a row, all hung up. "Give me the phone." I snatched the blonde guy's phone and dialed again. The long ringtone in the earpiece cut like a blade. When the final call connected, Guo Ding's best friend's mocking voice. "Oh, the scumbag still has the nerve to call." I gritted out each word like ice. "If my wife loses even 1 hair, you all can rot in jail." From the other end, a glass shattered. The other side stammered excuses, confirming my fears. Liu Ryan right now was lying on the cold floor of some basement, and it was all because of Guo Ding, that vicious woman. So her just you wait was this diabolical scheme. I gripped the phone till my knuckles whitened, yelling into it, "This is kidnapping. She's pregnant. If anything happens to her, none of you will rest easy." From the other end, panicked breaths. A moment later, they hurriedly gave an address and hung up. I bolted out to hail a cab, but those thugs crowded into the taxi with me. "Big bro, we got this." The blonde guy thumped his chest. "Money's not the issue. Mainly, we can't stomach such dirty tricks." The old apartment basement parking was cold and damp. Flashlight beams swept over cobweb-filled corners. I called Liu Ryan's name, suddenly hearing faint sobs. In the dark corner, she was tied up tight like a rice dumpling, her expensive white dress covered in dust, tears streaking her face. Sorry, it's all my fault. I fumbled to untie the ropes. She suddenly threw herself into my arms, trembling. It's so dark here. I'm scared I'll never see you again. Her tears soaked my shoulder. Sobbing, she confessed, actually, it wasn't my stepmother forcing me to marry. It was that bastard stepbrother of mine. Only then did I notice the scary purple bruise on her wrist. Rage burned my eyes red. About to ask for details. Suddenly, chaotic footsteps from the entrance. The blonde crew was blocking several burly thugs. The leader was none other than Guo Ding, face full of venom. Liu Ryan suddenly lifted her tear-streaked face, her wet lashes quivering. Actually, that day at the coffee shop, I deliberately spilled your laptop. She sobbed, clutching my shirt corner. Do you believe in love at first sight? Anyway, I don't care. For the rest of my life, I'm sticking to you. I took her icy hands in mine. From now on, I'll be your shadow. Outside the parking basement, the thugs had vanished. Only the night wind swirling dry leaves. Back home, I deliberately picked out a soft silk nightgown for her. But seeing her like a frightened bunny, huddled in the sofa corner, the hem revealing snow-white skin, my throat bobbed unconsciously. I quickly turned away. Hurry and change. Before I finished, she lunged to hug me tight, her body scented with bath milk trembling slightly. Those two strange guys. How did they know about our store? As the gown slid, I touched her slender waist, hurriedly using the hairdryer's hum to drown my pounding heart. In the warm airflow, her hair slid like silk through my fingers. We spoke at the same time. The moment the dryer shut off, her red-rimmed eyes caught the chandelier's gleam, and my reflection, fully mirrored in her pupils. Liu Ryan bit her lip and nodded slightly. I gripped her hand firmly. We have to report to the police. No one bullies you and gets away with it, even if it's the emperor himself they pay. She suddenly lifted her teary eyes. What if it's your ex-girlfriend? I cradled her pale face. Here, your safety is always priority one. She finally relaxed, like a tired kitten, falling asleep in my arms, while I spent the night staring at the ceiling counting sheep. 27 years single, my one true love reduced to a backup. Now the beauty in my arms could only make me Liu Xiaohui. Early morning, Liu Ryan shook me awake. I was dreaming of being wrapped by an octopus. Opening my eyes to her face inches away. The instant our noses brushed, we both recoiled, her ears red as if bleeding. I nearly rolled off the bed. Go to the police station. And the store too. Yesterday's thugs were crowding the register. The blonde kid held up the priciest gift box, winking at me, mouth running nonstop. Sister-in-law, you should seen. Yesterday, big bro was antsy like an ant on a hot pan. Liu Ryan stood quietly to the side, her smile fainter than usual. I rubbed my temple, cutting him off. Today, it's all on me. Consider it thanks. Watching the young punks leave happily, I suddenly felt so ironic. Even these street loafers knew to protect the weak. Yet Guo Ding, who was once by my side day and night, could be this heartless. Liu Ryan suddenly stepped forward, lashes fluttering. Yesterday, you were really worried about me, huh? Her finger twisted her hem. What if I just didn't want to see you? I looked at her seriously. Someone so meticulous she counts the rinses when washing dishes, folds clothes ruler straight. That careful she paused a beat. Would she just ditch her phone too? Fang Yuan, she puffed her cheeks, stuffing her phone in her pocket, turning so her ponytail nearly whipped my face. I smiled, watching her tiptoe to arrange the shelves. Noon, I deliberately took her to my favorite hot pot spot. At the door, she suddenly confessed. Actually, this is my first time eating hot pot. Seeing me stunned, she quickly explained. I can't stand the food smell clinging to clothes. But she tugged my sleeve and charged in. Since you wanted to come, I have to try it. Liu Ryan got spicy red fist, fanning and eating nonstop. This flavor is amazing. Fang Yuan, let's come again next time. I nodded in agreement. Watching her eat was pure joy. Occasionally, I'd pour her cooler. Guo Ding showed up again. Fang Yuan. That thing really wasn't me. I had no idea she was kidnapped. Don't you believe me anymore? Guo Ding cried till her eyes swelled red. Wasn't you, but your best friend knew the address. After I said it, Guo Ding's face paled, but she still wiped her tears. Maybe I said something careless. That made her misunderstand. She does have a few thuggish brothers, but I really knew nothing. I said coldly, your best friend says the same. Forget it, we have nothing left to say. There's no evidence pointing to me. Maybe yesterday morning, I said a few words that made you misunderstand. I just wanted you to beg to get back together. If you've given up on our feelings, then neither of us looks back. Guo Ding's face changed swiftly. She wiped her tears and turned, leaving the store. Liu Ryan sipped her yogurt, silently watching me. Young lady, maybe go home for a bit. Your family can definitely sort this out for you. Don't worry about me. I have nothing left with her. Don't suffer grievance for my sake. Liu Ryan shook her head quickly. I'm not going home, I'm sticking with you. I have no money on me and you still trust me. You really are a young lady. Liu Ryan shyly bit her nail. She added, I promised you so many big cakes. What if I can't deliver? Got used to saying it. I set a crate of bread in front of her. Little Liu, go stock the shelves. I put on a show. Liu Ryan pouted softly, but obediently went to tidy. But the smile on her face grew brighter by the day. For days on end, she wasn't lazy at all, making me feel guilty too. Young lady, if you wanna play. I was just joking. No pressure, okay? Now you can sit over there and scroll TikTok. I snatched the stock from her hands, then stuffed a piece of bread into her palm. I'm the one under pressure here. Actually, I love working. Liu Ryan blinked her pretty eyes. Since coming here, she hadn't worn makeup once, and without any, she was stunning. Especially her smooth white skin. It was truly captivating. Young lady, your family hasn't come looking for you. I mean, if they know you're living with me, what if they get a bad impression of me? I swallowed. That's something I'm worried about too. You make a good point. So tomorrow I'll go home, then come back to find you. You'll really come back. I looked at her, my heart unconsciously tightening. Excuse me, boss, come ring me up. A familiar voice from behind. I awkwardly coughed a few times. Went to the register for the kid. After paying, he leaned in, big bro. You two getting divorced. What about the kid? No divorce, don't talk nonsense. Go find a job quick. When the store was just us two again, the air grew even more awkward. Liu Ryan bit her nail, Fang Yuan. I want to eat at that hot pot place again. Right, no, we'll lock up and take you. But this time I held her hand as we went. That night Liu Ryan left. I texted her all night, but she didn't reply. Thinking of the family stuff Shed told me, I didn't dare call. If her stepmother found out and forced her into the marriage that night, I'd probably cry myself to death. If it doesn't work out, I'll take her and run away. Anyway, I couldn't sleep all night. The next day, groggy at the store. If Liu Ryan came back, she'd definitely come to the store to find me. But no Liu Ryan, just Guo Ding and a balding guy. Fang Yuan, am getting married soon. From now on, we're not in the same league. I came to deliver the invitation, you have to come. If not for you playing matchmaker, Emmy and my fiancé might not have met. The man beside her grinned sleazily. Who knows if he was really happy or what? Maybe because he looked so unlikable. Fang Yuan, right. Blame yourself for not being as rich as me, little bro. No need for a gift at the wedding. Wouldn't want to strain your poor life. He chuckled, rubbing his belly. I looked at the invitation in front of me, didn't take it, but smiled faintly. You're really not picky. He's old enough to be your uncle, huh? No thanks on the invite. Breakups make strangers, you said it yourself. If you're just here to show off, no need. It doesn't hurt me at all. Guo Ding's face changed. She whispered something to the man, then told him to wait outside. In the convenience store, just me and her. Fang Yuan, actually breaking up with you, I regretted it. But without money, what can you do? So what if he's old like an uncle? He bought me a 200,000 car. Can you? But if you want, we can still keep in touch. I can use his money to support you. Guo Ding looked at me suggestively, her eyes turning in pure thanks. But no need. My young lady will support me. That Burkese bitch. Fang Yuan, you're so easily fooled. She's no heiress. Not a dime to her name. An heiress playing this game with you here, hopelessly naive. But my words stayed the same. Guo Ding laughed and left. I grabbed the invitation and chased after. Wait, Gu Ding turned back mockingly to look at me. Changed your mind? I nodded, baby. What did you tell him? Don't hurt the young guy. The man laughed till spit flew. I laughed too. She said she'd use your money to keep me. I turned it down. Am not interested in women played by others. The guy's face changed instantly. He slapped Guo Ding across the face. Rotten whore. You dare deceive me. I didn't, honey. He's slandering me. Guo Ding cried, clutching her face. But he wouldn't listen, beating her relentlessly, and I didn't bother stopping him. He spat on her and stormed off. Fang Yuan, I've been so good to you. How can you treat me like this? This was the only way for both of us to get rich. Did I ever treat you bad? Guo Ding, you shouldn't have touched Liu Ryan. Men you fool are idiots. But I want hit women. Others might. Liu Ryan, even without money, so what? She does things you can't. She knows to care for me. Will you forever just complain I don't give enough? But what have you given? Even though I never needed anything from you, you still left. Guo Ding, we probably weren't meant to be from the start. The one I should wait for is Liu Ryan. Guo Ding slammed her hand on the ground in fury, screaming heartbrokenly. Fang Yuan. Just then a sports car pulled up outside the store. The one stepping out was Liu Ryan. Quickly, a few more cars arrived. Over a dozen men in black suits got out. Fang Yuan, am here to keep my promise. This sports car is yours, plus 5 villas as dowry. Will you marry me? Then I'll accept what mom said. Guo Ding too. She'd never seen a scene like this. Her face flushed red, hurriedly standing to sneak away, but blocked by Liu Ryan's black-suited men. Sister Guo, time to settle accounts. Even though you're my boyfriend's ex, I wouldn't target you. Just someone taught me. If you're bullied, no matter who you get revenge. Take her to the police station. All those cameras. I don't care how you do it. Recover everything for me. Sister Guo's involved in the kidnapping, along with her accomplices. Handle them however the law says. Liu Ryan waved her hand. Guo Ding wailed my name, begging me to let her go. I said nothing. Just looked at Liu Ryan. Fang Yuan, this young lady told you. I really am the heiress of the Liu Corporation. I want to know why you didn't reply to my messages. The tension in my nerves finally eased. Wasn't I just trying to surprise you? Liu Ryan giggled, acting spoiled. Thanks to you, I got the courage. I told Dad about my stepbrother. He's been shipped off abroad, and stepmom now has to watch my face to live. You were right. A real family still loves me. Don't worry, my mom is super rich too. Mom supports Dad, will definitely agree to me marrying you. Liu Ryan bounced happily. Liu Ryan, am 28 this year. I only have one house, you know that. No car, just a few tens of thousands saved. Unstable income. Do you want to think it over? Liu Ryan got serious, then suddenly burst into giggles. Say the same when you meet my parents, okay? Don't worry, even though they're divorced. They're both good people. Most importantly, I believe in your sincerity. Why say you have nothing? You still have this little store. That's your best wedding gift. I pulled the excited Liu Ryan into my arms, tenderly stroking her hair, planting a kiss on her forehead. Then you can't change your heart. Can't leave me. Liu Ryan raised her hand. Pinky promise hooked for 100 years unchanging.